Top 25 Capsules. Hartford, Connecticut. App. Gabby Williams scored 20 points, making all 10 of her shots, to lead 6 UConn players in double figures as the top-ranked Huskies routed Memphis 97-49 in the conference opener for both teams Sunday. Kia Nurse had 16 points and Napheesa Collier added 14 for the Huskies, 11-0, who have never lost in 83 American Athletic Conference games. The win was their 71st straight conference win in the regular season to go along with all 4 postseason tournament titles. Brea Elmore had 20 points for Memphis, 5-9, which came into the game on a 4-game winning streak. Number 2 Notre Dame 96, Wake Forest 73. Winston-Salem, ONC App. Eriko Gunbaal scored 25 points and Marina Mabrey added 22 to help Notre Dame beat Wake Forest. The Fighting Irish, 13-1, 2-0 ACC, made their first 6 shots en route to taking a 24-6 lead late in the first quarter. Notre Dame shot 56% from the floor to win its 6th straight game since losing at top-ranked Connecticut on December 3. The loss ended a 6-game winning streak for Wake Forest, 8-6, 0-1, which was led by Elisa Pena's 24 points. Number 3 Louisville 55, North Carolina State 47. Raleigh, ONC App. Myisha Hines-Allen had 17 points and 12 rebounds to help Louisville beat North Carolina State. Asia Durr also scored 17 points for the Cardinals, 16-0, 2-0 Atlantic Coast Conference, who set a program record for most consecutive wins to start a season. With its 16th consecutive victory, Louisville tied the 2013-14 team for the longest winning streak in program history. Louisville began the game on a 26-1 run as NC State missed its first 24 shots from the field. The Cardinals led 41-18 midway through the third quarter and held on after their lead was trimmed to 47-43 late in the fourth. Kyara Leslie scored 18 points to lead NC State, 12-3, 1-1. Number 4 South Carolina 61, Number 22 Texas A&M 59. Columbia, SC App. Aja Wilson scored 25 points, including the go-ahead basket with 1.3 seconds left, as South Carolina rallied from 11 points down in the final 13 minutes to upend Texas A&M to open Southeastern Conference play. The Gamecocks, 12-1, looked like they were finished as the Aggies, 11-4, took a 47-36 lead on Chennedy Carter's three-pointer with 2:32 to play in the third quarter. But South Carolina, behind their 6'5" All-American in Wilson, used a 15-2 spurt to go up 51-49. Texas A&M was not done. Danny Williams' jumper with 1:05 to go gave the Aggies a final lead, 59-57, before Wilson tied things with a short jumper in the lane. After 2 bad turnovers by the Aggies, a 10-second call and a double dribble violation by Williams as she tried to gather in the ball, Wilson came through once more. She drove across the lane and banked in a short basket for the winning points. Carter finished with 36 points, 19 of those in the third quarter, but was clearly out of gas as the game wound down. She was 1 of 7 in the final period. Number 5 Mississippi State 86, Georgia 62. Athens, Georgia, App. Terry McCowan had 26 points and 13 rebounds to help Mississippi State remain unbeaten with a win over Georgia in the Southeastern Conference opener for both teams. McCowan scored 9 of Mississippi State's 15-0, 1-0 SEC, 16 points in the first quarter when not much else was going right. She gathered in 12 of her 13 rebounds in the first half. Victoria Vivians added 20 points for State while Rashunda Johnson had 16. Georgia, 12-2, 0-1 SEC, got 13 points from Kalia Robinson and 10 apiece from Mackenzie Ingram and Haley Clark. Number 6 Baylor 97, Texas Tech 49. Waco, Texas, App. Kalani Brown had 26 points and 10 rebounds and Baylor beat Texas Tech. The Lady Bears, 12-1, 2-0 Big 12, turned a 1-point deficit in the first quarter into a 25-8 lead with a 17-2 run, and they maintained a double-digit lead the rest of the way. Baylor shot 79%, 11 for 14, in the first quarter and 53% for the game, 37 for 70. Lauren Cox added 21 points and 9 rebounds for Baylor, which had a 58-30 advantage in the paint and out-rebounded Texas Tech 53-21. Aaron DeGrate scored 12 to lead Texas Tech, 6-7, 0-2. Number 7 Tennessee 63, Kentucky 49 Lexington, Key. App. Evina Westbrook scored 17 points, Mercedes Russell added 16 and Tennessee started quickly against Kentucky and didn't let up in rolling to a victory in the Southeastern Conference opener for both schools. Playing their first game since beating then number 18 Stanford 10 days ago, the Lady Vols, 13-0, scored the game's first 10 points and led 26-7 after one quarter. Their lead grew to as many as 23 midway through the third as they remained unbeaten while handing the Wildcats, 8-7, their sixth consecutive loss. Mossy Morris had 18 points for the Wildcats. Number 8 Texas 79, Number 9 West Virginia 58 Austin, Texas, App. Brooke McCarty scored 17 points and Texas beat West Virginia. Texas, 11-1, 2-0 Big 12. Held West Virginia scoreless for 7 minutes starting late in the second quarter and without a field goal for more than 12 minutes. The Longhorns put together an 18-0 push during that span. Texas led by 30 in the fourth quarter. Freshman Rilla Booth scored a season-best 14 points, converting 6 of 8 shots in 13 minutes. Ailsha Sutton scored 11 points, while Jatre White produced 10 points and 9 rebounds. Naomi Davenport led West Virginia, 13-1, 1-1, with 20 points. Number 10 Oregon 94, Washington 83 Eugene, or. App. Sabrina Ionescu set an NCAA record with her 8th career triple-double to lead Oregon to a victory over Washington. Ionescu had 24 points, 14 rebounds and 10 assists to help the Ducks, 13-2, 2-0 Pac-12. To their 5th consecutive win. She broke the mark in her 48th career game with an assist on Lexi Bando's three-pointer with 1:47 to play. Penn State's Susie McConnell and Luella Tomlinson of St. Mary's shared the mark with Ionescu until Sunday. Ruthie Hebard added 23 points and 11 rebounds for her 5th double-double of the season, and Bando had 20 points. Amber Melgoza had 23 of her 31 points in the final quarter for the Huskies, 6-7, 0-2. Number 11 UCLA 82, Number 20 California 46 Berkeley, California, App. Monique Billings scored 20 points on 9 of 11 shooting and grabbed 10 rebounds for her 3rd straight double-double and UCLA beat California. Jordan Canada, who is 3rd in the NCAA in assists, 5.8, had 16 points and 9 assists for UCLA, 10-3, 1-1 Pac-12. Kennedy Burke added 10 points, 5 assists and 4 steals as the Bruins had 26 assists on 34 field goals. The Bruins finished the second quarter on a 13-1 run for a 34-19 halftime lead. The Golden Bears were held without a field goal for 9:25 of the second quarter for a record low-tying 4 points. Christina Enigwe opened Pac-12 play with back-to-back double-doubles to Pascal, 10-3, 1-1. She had 15 points and 10 rebounds. Number 12 Ohio State 85, Indiana 70 Columbus, Ohio, App. Kelsey Mitchell scored 22 points and Stephanie Mavunga and Linnie Harper turned in double-doubles to lead Ohio State to a victory over Indiana. Mitchell, the all-time Division I leader for career three-pointers, was only 1 of 8 from the arc but 8 of 11 otherwise in passing Penn State's Kelly Mozant, 2004, for second on the Big Ten's career scoring list with 2,938 points. Mavunga had 14 points, 16 rebounds and 5 blocks for her 8th double-double this season with Harper picking up her 6th with 19 points and 10 boards for the Buckeyes, 12-2, 2-0 Big Ten. Tyra Buss scored 24 points and Kim Royster a career-high 22 for the Hoosiers, 7-8, 0-2. Number 13 Florida State 103, North Carolina 65 Tallahassee, Florida, App. Imani Wright sank a school record 8 three-pointers and finished with a career-best 33 points to propel Florida State to a win over North Carolina in an Atlantic Coast Conference opener. Wright missed just 4 of her 12 shots from behind the arc and finished with 11 for 18 shooting overall as Florida State, 13-1, dominated from long range, sinking 10 of 20 while holding North Carolina to just 1 for 13. Shakelet Thomas added 22 points and grabbed 13 rebounds. After a tight first quarter, Florida State opened the second quarter with an 18-3 run to make it 41-24 and took a 57-36 advantage into the halftime break. Janelle Bailey and Perisky led North Carolina, 10-4, with 17 points apiece. Miami 51, number 14 Duke 48 Coral Gables, Florida, App. Erica Davenport had 13 points and 14 rebounds and Miami picked up a rare win over Duke, outlasting the Blue Devils in an Atlantic Coast Conference opener. Shanice Bailey also had 13 points for the Hurricanes, 11-3, who are now 3-14 all-time against Duke, 11-3, where Miami's 13-year coach Katie Meyer was a standout player. Both teams entered the game with 5-game winning streaks. After Duke's Leona Odom tied the game at 45 with 4:45 remaining, Miami scored its final 6 points from the foul line, shooting 4 of 6 while going 0 for 3 from the field. Duke missed 5 straight shots before Lexi Brown swished a three-pointer from the left corner with 27 seconds left to make it 50-48. The Blue Devils, who lead the ACC at 40% behind the arcade, were 0 for 8 in the second half and 2 of 14 overall before Brown's basket. Duke finished 3 of 16 behind the arc and 19 of 55 overall, 24.5%, and had 22 turnovers. Number 15 Maryland 69, Penn State 65 State College, PA. App. Stephanie Jones scored the final 4 points and Maryland pulled out a win at Penn State, pushing their win streak to 11 games. Penn State called a 30-second timeout with 1:19 to go and tied at 65, but were unable to inbound and the turnover resulted in Jones getting fouled and going to the line for the first time. She made both free throws and, after a Penn State miss, the Terps went deep into the shot clock before Jones scored with 12 seconds remaining. Penn State missed 2 final shots. Penn State is winless against Maryland since the Terrapins joined the Big Ten in 2015. Maryland, 13-2, 2-0 Big Ten, opened conference play by dropping 100 on Illinois Thursday, but the outcome against Penn State, 9-6, 0-2, was in doubt until Jones found her shooting touch in the last minute. Number 16 Missouri 62, Alabama 57 Tuscaloosa, Alabama, App. Jordan Chavis made 4 three-pointers and scored 17 points. Sophie Cunningham added 13 points and Missouri beat Alabama to open SEC play. Alabama went on an 11-0 run, with 8 points from Hannah Cook, to cut Mitsu's lead to 57-54 with under a minute to play, but Chavis was fouled shooting a three-pointer with 15.5 seconds left and made all 3 free throws for a 60-54 lead. Lauren Aldridge added 2 three-pointers and 8 points as Missouri, 13-1, was 10 of 22 from distance. The Tigers have won 13 straight since a season-opening 79-76 loss to Western Kentucky. Cook and Shakra Wade each scored 11 points for Alabama, 10-4. Number 17 Oregon State 71, Washington State 53 Corvallis, or App. Kat Tudor hit 7 three-pointers and scored 27 points, both career highs. Marie Gulick and Michaela Pivak had double-doubles and Oregon State pulled away from Washington State for its 8th straight win. Gulick had 22 points and a season-high 14 rebounds and Pivak 10 and 10 for the Beavers, 11-2, 2-0 Pac-12, who outscored the Cougars 22-10 in the third quarter after trailing 31-29 at the half. Chanel Molina had 13 of her season-high 17 points in the first half and Alexis Swedland added 13 for the Cougars, 7-7, 0-2. Number 23 Iowa 82, number 21 Michigan 72 Iowa City, Iowa, App. Megan Gustafson had 27 points and 11 rebounds for her NCAA-leading 14th double-double. Sophomore Kathleen Doyle set career highs with 23 points and 9 assists, and Iowa beat Michigan. Iowa, 14-1, 2-0 Big Ten, is off to its best start since the 1995-96 season when the Hawkeyes opened at 21. Michigan went on a 7-0 run to pull within 64-62, but Iowa answered with an 8-0 spurt, capped by Gustafson's layup with 1:21 to go. The Hawkeyes' lead didn't dip below 9 points the rest of the way. Alexis Savlian added 10 points on 3 of 13 shooting for Iowa. Gustafson went 11 of 11 from the free throw line for the second straight game, and she was 8 of 9 from the field. Caitlin Flaherty, ranked 7th nationally with 22.7 points per game, led Michigan, 12-3, 1-1, with 4 three-pointers and 24 points. Number 24 Oklahoma State 76, Kansas State 68. Stillwater, Oklahoma, App. Lauren Goodwin and Kaylee Jensen had double-doubles, and Oklahoma State held on to defeat Kansas State after giving up most of an 18-point lead in the second half. Goodwin had 21 points and 11 rebounds, Jensen 19 and 18 for the Cowgirls, 11-2, 2-0 Big 12, who won their 5th straight. Mandy Coleman scored 17. Coleman opened the game with 2 three-pointers, and Oklahoma State opened a 10-0 lead on the Wildcats, 8-5, 0-2. It was 19